Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. So today's sequence is really about settling down the mind, a bit of a focus on the upper body. And it's really lovely practice to do in the evening, at the end of the day, just to help you unwind and settle in for a really restful night's sleep. So making sure that you're nice and comfortable. We're going to start seated on a block today. So if you've got a block, make sure that you've got that with you. We're going to pop it down and sit into a Japanese seated position. If you don't have a block, just use a couple of cushions, anything where you can elevate your hips a little bit. Some of you might feel comfortable to sit without a block. We want to sit our hips down into the block, tops of the feet down, toes pointing backwards. If for any reason this is not a comfortable position for you, you could come into your cross-legged position, and that's absolutely fine as well. So when you're ready, making a start, finding your Japanese seat or your cross-legged position, resting the hands down onto the thighs, closing down the eyes. Just taking a few moments here just to come into your body, into the space. Having a sense of letting the day go, or anything that you've got coming up. And even though we've closed our eyes, just in your mind's eye, just imagining the space around you, so locating yourself in your space. Imagining the space in front of you, behind you, and to the right side, and to the left side, and the space above you, and the space below. And then bringing the attention to sounds. Just noticing and hearing any sounds that are in the space. Sound of my voice and any other sounds you can hear. Noticing how sounds come and go. And then expanding that field of listening to just outside the room. Maybe it's outside in the hallway, outside onto the street. And then continuing to expand that field of listening even further afield. Imagining a couple of streets away, what can you hear? What could you hear? There's no real need to look or search for the sounds. Just whatever's there. And then going even further, just having a sense of what's the furthest sound that you can hear. And then starting to bring that field a bit closer in again. So just a couple of streets away. And then just outside the room. And then coming back into the room. It's the sounds of this room, your room. And then the sounds of your own breath and your own body. Tuning into the body itself. Just feeling the rise and fall of the belly, the chest as you inhale and as you exhale. Noticing those points of contact with the legs against your mat, the ground and the block. Feeling into the length of the spine. Maybe with the inhale, there's a sense of being able to have a little bit more lift up through the crown of the head as the sitting bones continue to ground down. And in a couple of moments, we will open the eyes. When you're ready, start to blink open the eyes, releasing the arms down by your side and starting to take some shoulder circles. So circle forward, up and back, forward, up and back, and just allowing the breath to be nice and easy here. If it feels okay to slow down the inhale and the exhale, you might be doing that. And then changing the direction of the circle. I like to inhale as I go back and exhale as I circle forward. Just do what feels right for you. And then you could stay with going forward and going back, or alternatively start to alternate. So we're going to take the right shoulder forward and back, and the left shoulder forward and back. So we're just having a little play with that. Left shoulder forward and back, and then the right shoulder forward and back. And then we will reverse that. So going back with the right shoulder and forward, back with the left shoulder and forward. And then finishing off that left side, coming back to center. Take an inhale. We will exaggerate this tension in the shoulders here for a moment. Keep the crown of the head lifting up. And then as you exhale, just slowly releasing, dropping the shoulder heads away from the ears, letting the fingertips be long and heavy. And then we'll just do that one more time. Take an inhale, exaggerating that tension, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, slowly releasing the shoulders all the way down, letting the fingertips be heavy and long. Let's take those arms up to shoulder height here. Bring the right arm underneath the left. So we're wrapping up into our Garudasana, or eagle arms here. If you can, try to take hold of that right palm, or the left palm, sorry, with the right hand. If that's not available, you could just hold onto the shoulders. That's completely fine. So take a couple of moments just holding here. Long through the spine, finding the breath. On the next inhale, let's lift those elbows up, lift the eyes, little release through the upper spine, and then as you exhale, dropping the elbows in towards the chest, C-curve through the spine, drawing the navel in, and then coming back up again, inhale. Upper body reaches up, fingertips reach up, and then exhale, dropping the elbows in, draw the navel in. And we'll go one more time. Inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, dropping the elbows in, coming back to center, releasing those arms, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Try to have the right thumb on top for this first one. Drawing those shoulder heads back. Maybe the heels of the palms come together, or maybe they separate. See how it goes, how it feels for you. Trying to strain those arms a little bit. Reach the hands down, lift the center up, lift the eyes up. If it feels good, you could relax the head back. See how you go. Inhaling, and then exhale. Release the hands, come off the mat and place the palms of the hands down. Shift the hips slightly back, opening up through those wrists and palms, and then draw the navel in, tuck the chin in, coming into a little C curve here. And then let's release the hips back down. Open up this leg. So we're going to plant that right foot down so that the right toes are pointing towards the side of the mat. And then take that right hand down, place the fingertips down, and then take that left arm out to the side, inhale, and exhale, coming over into a side bend here. Grounding down through that left sitting bone, reaching out through the left fingertips. Using this right elbow to gently open up that right leg as the right rib cage comes forward. And then taking an inhale, come up through center, place that right hand down, and then shifting onto that left shin, take that right foot forward. So just coming into this gentle variation of our side plank. Opening up through the side body, press down through the outside edge of the right foot. And then bring the right foot in so you can come back into your seated position on the block. Placing that right shin bone back down, finding your Japanese seated position, and then bringing those arms back up into shoulder height, and then taking the left arm underneath this time, wrapping the arms around, finding your eagle arms. Just taking a couple of moments here in center. Shoulder heads dropping away from the ears. And then on the next in-breath, let's take the elbows up, lift the sternum up, lift the eyes, inhaling, and then exhale. Dropping the elbows in, draw the navel in, and then inhaling to extend, and then exhale to C curve. Inhale to extend, exhale to C curve. Now let's go one more time. Inhale to extend, exhale to curve, and then inhale, coming back up to center here, releasing those arms. Take the hands back behind you. This time let's have the thumb on top as you interlace the hands. Drawing the hands together, drawing the hands down, opening up through the chest, shoulder heads back. Maybe eyes lift and head can relax back. See how you feel. Take another in-breath here and then exhale. Release the hands, shift forward onto the shins, place the hands down, fingers pointing back, little shift back towards the heels and C-curve through the spine, chin tucking in, and then inhale to sit back onto your block. Opening out that left leg now, left toes pointing out to the side. Using that left arm, using it to press that left inner thigh back a little bit. Fingertips down, reach that right arm out to the side, take an inhale, and then exhale up and over towards the left. Thinking about that left side of the ribcage rotating forward. Eyes looking up towards the ceiling if that feels okay. Open breathing. And then let's take an inhale, come back up. Right hand comes down, shift onto this right shin and then step that left foot a little bit further forward to come into your side plank. Reach out through the left fingertips, pressing down through the outer edges of the left foot. And then bringing that left foot in. Come back into your seated position. Just come into your Japanese seat just for a moment, finding center. And then let's come off the block, coming down onto your back. Just resting the back of the head down, upper body down, soles of the feet hip distance apart. Just taking a moment here in your constructive rest position. Just allowing that whole back surface of the body to relax down onto the mat. And placing that right ankle on top of the left thigh, thread the right hand through the middle and either hold the back of the left thigh or the front of the shin if you can. We're trying to draw the legs in as that right knee presses away from the right shoulder. Relax the shoulder heads down. Taking an inhale. As you exhale, try to squeeze the legs in as the back of the pelvis keeps pressing back down onto the mat. Taking one more inhale. Stay for the exhale, squeezing the legs in. And then let's release that down and we'll swap it over. Place that left ankle on top of the thigh, threading the hand through, holding the front of the right shin if you can. Taking an inhale, exhale, bringing the legs in, trying to press that left knee away from the left shoulder. Relax the jaw, try to soften the shoulders, back of the pelvis pressing down. Keeping that left foot flexed if you can. Taking one more inhale. Stay for the exhale, squeezing the legs in. And then let's release it down. Both feet flat on the mat. Bring the feet together, soles the feet together, and let the knees drop open into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Feeling free to close down the eyes. Just allow yourself to give into gravity here. Surrendering the weight of the body. Last couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, extending one leg at a time, coming into your Shavasana. Just make sure you're warm. Use anything that you need to. Palms facing up, closing down the eyes. So with each exhale, allowing the body to get a little bit heavier and a little bit softer. Coming to complete rest for the next few minutes. Feel really free to stay here for as long as you would like to. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. I'll see you next time. Namaste.